1370 The Buzz. The Buzz.
Thanks for tuning back in to Suki Says on WBZH. If you are just joining us, you are in for a real treat. I have Tony Award-winning Broadway actress, singer, songwriter, and all-around awesome lady, Alice Ripley, on the line. Alice, how are you?
I don't give a damn about my bad reputation. Now, wait a minute. You played that, let me assume that it's because I worked with Joan Jett, not because you think I have a bad reputation.
You worked with Joan Jett? No, I played it because just you on your Facebook, your Twitter, just your life, you're just doing it and doing it hard and being yourself.
I wish so much that I could have made it into the studio. I was going to be there on Monday, but I had a couple of
things that
came up before I had to go out of town, and, I had to stay a couple extra days in New York.
It's okay. It's all right. We'll get together. It's fine.
I owe you one, yeah.
All right, let's start with the Tony Award-winning Broadway actress part. So lay some sweet history on me, lady.
Well, I got to New York in 1991, and by then I had already worked as a professional, but never in New York, as an actor, in musicals mostly. But I also have played guitar as a way of just keeping myself alive and creative, on fire, since I was a teenager, and that seems like a really long time ago. And when I got to New York, I auditioned a lot. It was tough at the beginning, but when I finally hit it, I did a bunch of Broadway shows in a row, and then I won a Tony I think it's 3 years ago now, for Next to Normal. And we were in Pittsburgh, but we never made it to Pottstown when I went on tour.
Oh, darn. Well,
now I'm kind of in between engagements, so I'm available.
Oh, good. That's how I got you, right? To call in?
Yeah, definitely.
It was just the perfect timing.
Yeah, I was so excited when I got your message. It was a Facebook message, right?
Yeah, Facebook. Well, we were Facebook friends for a while, and then I'm like, I really want to just talk to her on the air.
I really appreciate the chance to talk about whatever we want to chat about, and about the song that you're going to play.
Oh, I know.
That we just released it like a month ago, or 2 months ago, or something.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's so pretty. And so tell me about Ripley the band, because you're not just on the stage in the actress way. You are on the stage as a performer, and you're everything. You're a Renaissance lady.
I do. I have a band, and I like to play with the band. We just played the Metropolitan Room here in New York City, which is down in the Flatiron District in Chelsea, the 20s, right around Fifth Avenue. And it's a great room, and I've played a lot of rooms in New York, but this is now my favorite room, officially. It sounds great. People are really, really professional. Anyway, we did a gig there a couple weeks ago on St. Patrick's Day, and it was a great crowd, and we're going to go back again. I'll be there on April 16th, and, I'll continue to do at least one date a month there. I like to play out with my guitar. I play my own music, but the last full-length record I released last year at this time was an album of covers that I did, rock covers.
I know. What was your favorite one?
Well, that album was called Daily Practice, and I guess if I had to pick one, I have no idea. What's your favorite track? My sister's here next to me right now. I'll ask her. Do you know that album, Daily Practice? You don't know it at all? Really?
Aww.
Wow. All right. Well, then
that can
I'll
go on
have
the
to
blooper
slap
reel.
her around later, and I'll tell you. I think, my favorite song on the album is probably It's Too Late, Carole King. That's one of my favorites. The last video we made from that album is Essence, which is a Lucinda Williams song. The album's been called raw, intense. It's just me with my acoustic guitar. And I think that it's got a real gentle lyrical quality to it. I'm just playing rhythm guitar and singing these songs that kind of have kept me alive. But then the single that you're going to play when we're done talking, Beautiful Eyes, that's one of my own songs that I wrote that we released as a single about 6 weeks ago. Because it's the kind of a real economic way to release new music these days.
Yeah,
you can do it just as a single digitally, and you kind of direct people to exactly where they need to go. They don't need to sift through 10 songs. You're telling them, I can kind of guarantee that you'll enjoy this. It's only 99 cents, so
there's no filler. No filler.
Yeah,
it's all nutritious music.
I do. I like to work with my band on stage. I also I have other creative projects that I'm involved in all the time, writing and other collaborations. Kind of keeps the fire alive in between when I'm employed as an actor, which is kind of like my legit job, believe it or not.
I love that.
I know, isn't that funny?
I love that so much. I do. I act on the weekends, so like the radio is my legit thing. So like acting's my on the side stress reliever thing. But like the radio, I say like, oh, radio's the legit thing that I do. So I understand.
Yeah.
Now,
well, that's good that you have something else that you can do.
Yeah. So you were on your way. Originally, you were going to come in Monday, and I'm glad you're okay. With all the craziness going on, but you were headed somewhere.
Yeah, I'm actually on the road right now. I'm headed toward Columbus, and once we get to Columbus, we're going to go around it and go all the way to Dayton, which is where my dad's about to have his 80th birthday on Easter.
Oh my gosh. Tell him happy birthday.
So we're all going to go down and just say, do you remember us? Do you recognize us? And would you like some ice cream or a hot cross bun or something? That's what we're going to do.
Awesome. Well, how about...
It's going to be nice. Almost all the siblings are going to be there.
All of them? How many do you have?
Well, I have officially, all of us together, it's kind of like the Brady Bunch arrangement.
Oh, gosh.
2 families blended together. So officially there's 11 kids altogether.
Oh, my gosh.
And we're about to enter, my sister and I, Tina, we're about to enter into this world, the world of all the people, everywhere, people, kids, husbands, boyfriends, girlfriends, people. You're like, am I supposed to recognize you?
Name tags.
Last time I saw you, you were 5.
Name tags.
Yeah.
I know what that's like.
Name tags. Suki says name tags. Okay, that's a good idea.
Name tags.
Stop at the dollar store on the way in.
Do it. You will not regret sticking sticky notes on everyone with their name.
Awesome idea, actually.
All right. Who do you... Okay, I don't ask who your influences are anymore. I ask if I were to pick up your CD player or your Walkman or, kids these days have MP3 players. So if I were to pick up yours, what would I find?
It's funny because I had this chat the other day with somebody about... I've gone through my phase of having an iPod that's got thousands of songs on it. I did that for years. I never took earphones out of my ears,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing. But now, on my phone, I keep my music there. I don't even keep it on my laptop anymore. And I don't have CDs or records or tapes or anything anymore, really, that I listen to every day. And what I do is, I'll just, it's punctuated listening. Like, I'll hear, and it might be a new band that I hear on Sirius or something like that, And I'll go to my phone once I'm not driving anymore.
Good.
And I'll look up the band, and maybe I'll buy one of the records, one of their tracks. And then that ends up in my iTunes library. So it's limited what I have on there, but after having given you that entire preface, I can say that I have Time Out by Dave Brubeck is something that I can't live without. So whenever I have a new device, I have to make sure it's on there. And then, I have a Deborah Gibson song, Lost in Your Eyes, because I wanted to listen to it one day. And I have I have the soundtrack to Finding Neverland.
Oh my gosh.
The movie with Kate Winslet
so
and
pretty.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
That score, when I heard it, I had to go buy it, and it ended up on my phone. And then I also have Beautiful Eyes is on my phone. And a couple of other random punctuated tracks, like from a show called St. Louis Woman. I just have one track from that show, and it was written by Duke Ellington, and it's called I Have Myself a True Love. And it's on my phone because I sang that in a concert recently, and I had to learn it, so I went to iTunes and put it on my phone. It's really helpful. I don't have to hunt down that recording in a tiny little record store somewhere and buy the whole record for $20. It's kind of great, the way music is today. So that's probably what you would find on my phone right now. I listen to somebody like Dave Brubeck or Thelonious Monk. It's like balm, and it's never inappropriate. It's always just the right thing to listen to. So I have to make sure I always have that with me. And when I'm in my car, I have a couple of the CDs I listen to. So I only have about 20 songs on my phone, but they're there for a real specific reason. I used to have a huge library of music on my computer, but I don't really use my laptop anymore. So that's an ultra extended answer.
It's okay.
More detailed than you would ever want to know.
You're a woman who knows what she wants to hear, and you don't have any fluff.
Well, and I do listen to, I listen to streaming radio and internet radio, and something like Pandora, which is kind of combination of every kind of interaction you can have with music on the internet. I listen to it that way. It's a great way to hear new music. I'd like to see more live music, but unfortunately I don't get out as much as I'd like to, in general, but especially to live performances. I would like to be able to see Bruce Springsteen when he's in town,
Oh, he's touring.
I have to be one of the people that has to miss it because I'm doing something.
Oh, yeah. Now tell me about Beautiful Eyes and how that came about before I play it, so that people have a background for what they're going to listen to, which I like it. I like it a lot.
The song is, it's got a theatricality to it that can't be missed. And I think, when I play by myself, it's just my acoustic. When I play with the band, it's a trio. But on the records, we put a horn section. So the horns kind of make the sound of the record, and they make it sound slightly vintage, maybe like a what am I trying to think of?
Almost
like an real old songwriter, like from the 20s.
Like a big band.
Cab Calloway or something like that. Yeah. And the lyric it makes sense to me, but when somebody listens to it, they might have to listen to it again to try to figure out what I'm trying to say. But it's really about, unrequited love, I guess. That's really what it's about. It's like, well, if you're not going to love me the same way and answer my question, I'll just check out and take a nap on the subway. I don't know about you, but that's what I do when I want to avoid reality. Just take a little nap.
On the subway.
Well, sometimes on the subway, but that's for dramatic effect. The track has a real theatricality to it, and I have yet to meet somebody who didn't want to hear it again. So,
well, then I'll just have to play it tomorrow
what
too.
They think about it when they hear it.
I'm sure my listeners get a whole wide variety of things, so I think they're gonna like it.
Probably. I mean, I think that it has a jazz kind of foundation to it, not in the chord structure, but in the feel of it. And I think when something like that is there, it's irresistible. It's got a slight swing with the horns, and like I said, I'd like for people to find me. It's really easy to find me online, and you're going directly to me, the direct outlet. Give me your ideas about it, and I'd like to take requests from the audience too. Just in general, I like input from what they're gathering out of what I'm putting out.
All right.
So I welcome them. Especially Twitter's easy to find, right there. And make sure it's all nice things that you say. Don't say anything bad.
Well,
the only rule.
Thank you so much for talking to me today. You drive safely.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate you supporting the band very much.
Ripley the band, if you guys were listening.
Yeah.
It's Ripley the band. All right, thank you, Alice. Drive safely.
Thanks a lot, Suki.
Tell him happy birthday.
Okay, I will.
Bye.
Bye.
That was Alice Ripley talking about everything from Broadway to Beautiful Eyes, which is her new single, and you can find it online. And I'm going to play it right now, so you lucky ladies and gentlemen and everyone in between can hear it.
Where did you get those beautiful eyes? If I'm a runner-up, or do I still get a prize? 'Cause I'm so tired of all of your lies. So why can't I sleep on a subway? You caught a boat to China, leaving me alone. I tried to reach you on the Chinese telephone.